Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.
And we're live. How goes it, everybody?
Yo.
All right.
Great to be here.
Thanks for being here. I do want to start off by saying the co-host that we usually have isn't present. Shout out to Miggy. His X account has been suspended. My bro's been potentially hacked and or attacked by the system that is the Matrix. So send Miggy hugs. He's feeling a little down in the dumps, a little bummed out today, rightfully so. I know I would be a disheveled mess if I woke up and my X account was suspended. You know, it's most of our 9 to 5 gig economy, resumes and shit, man. We've invested into these accounts, and to not be able to have access to it anymore, it's a fucking rug pull on life itself. So virtual hugs go out to Miggy Crypto X on X now. It's his new account. That's the co-host that you're used to seeing, but big ups, big shout out, much love. Guys. Look at this fucking dude, Sean. How goes it? Thanks for being here, He Bear.
Oh, it's been a while, man.
It's been too long, man. It's good to have. I'm so happy I saw you comment in the chat, and I was like, wait, because like he really wants to do this podcast. I've been looking forward to doing this podcast, and I'm just used to having somebody to bounce stuff off of, and who is available. And I saw that you were active in the Telegram, so I'm happy I reached out and you are available. Let people, I guess, know if they're just tuning in, they don't, know about, Shawnee Bear, who you are, and just a quick intro for my co-host here before we jump in with our guest.
Yeah, so my name's Shawnee Bear. I'm basically a honey badger. I'm a future mayor of somewhere. I don't know where yet. If you have a town that needs a mayor, you let me know. I'm your man. I used to run the Just Learn Crypto show, interview tons and tons of people in the crypto space. Me and Kenn used to do a show every Saturday with NFTs. And I work in sales and marketing, and I'm very obsessed with cars, really into like tuner cars, supercars. I have another channel called Exotic Luxury Reviews where I kind of hunt down supercars in my city and talk to the owners and get some insights out of them. So yeah, I do a little bit of everything, but pretty much my biggest thing is I'm a huge fan of Kenn Bosak. So here I am.
Thank you. Fucking love you, bro. All right, and yes, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, obviously you'll see this coming from multiple different profiles. We use Restream, so you may see this from my own account or other accounts. Just go ahead and share it out. Make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, you take that link and you share that on your social accounts as well, like Facebook or X. If you're watching on X, don't forget the link is the name is the hashtag, and it is Not Another Bitcoin Podcast. All right, bro. I guess introduce yourself. Let everybody know a little bit about who you are. Maybe start at the beginning, how you got into crypto and your journey that led you to what you're doing now with Lightning.
Well, yeah, I could take the whole hour just telling kind of my backstory of all this. I'll try to keep it short and the most interesting things. I have a master's degree in physics, of all things, but I never worked in physics. I went to China and I opened a factory in 1993.
Wait a minute, wait. You have a master's degree in physics, but you haven't used it? Isn't that what people usually do with their master's degree in art?
Yeah.
Hold on,
no, I did the opposite. I got a physics degree.
With a degree in physics.
That is awesome.
I got a degree in physics, and then I went into art. So I started a factory making jewelry and gifts in China, like literally right out of graduate school. And pretty soon we were doing trade shows all over the world. We were doing millions of dollars. This is in 1993 when I went there. I was in areas in China where I was the first white person that anybody had ever seen. People would sometimes scream and run. Sometimes they would giant crowds would gather around me. It was insane, right? And
you're white?
So yeah. So
I don't see color. It's 2024. I don't see color.
But I love science and I loved art, so it was kind of a natural. When the whole crypto space came along, I saw a lot of potential. And very early, I got interested in NFTs. Before Crypto Kitties, I was already thinking about how can we do something cool with this NFT stuff. And the reason is that I was a founder of Divi, and actually Kenn knows me from the old days. We did an ICO in 2017. It was the number 8 biggest ICO of the time.
Yeah, respect and congrats on all that, man. And thank you for all the years of support, bro. Big shout out to support from Divi for Not Another Bitcoin Podcast. You guys were sponsors for years, and I will always love you and appreciate you for that support, man. Thank you.
Were you guys at the Futurist conference in one of the years as well? Were you guys out there? I remember seeing Divi somewhere.
Yeah, we were all over the place, especially when my partner Nick was just everywhere, and just very, very present for many, many years. And we were the number 8 biggest ICO at the time, while EOS was number 1. But they raised $2 billion, and we raised $2.6 million.
And they did it in 2 years, right? How long was your ICO? Because they took 2 years to raise that money.
Yeah, well, it was several weeks. It was stretched out because Crypto Kitties came on during the ICO, and it almost screwed up. Shit. It screwed up Ethereum. All the ICOs that kind of struggled to. There was a lot of problems at the time, but long story short, that led to a lot of things. We ended up partnering with a Liga. We were top 100 coin for quite a while. So we went to as high as number 65, maybe even 63, something like that. And yeah, so that's sort of my sort of short story of how I got into all this. You know, I have a deep tech background. Oh, and also I'm the founder of virtualrealitytimes.com, one of the top metaverse blog news sites for about the last 10 years. So before like the whole sort of metaverse bubble came and blew up, I was already deep into it. And then, you know, it's still going forward, but everybody and their dog tried to start a metaverse on the blockchain a few years ago, and they all just bombed. I mean, even Decentraland actually did their thing, did their ICO while we did, and they have, I don't know how many users they have now, but even a year or two ago, they had like 50 users at a time. I mean,
yeah, but they were making
little.
so much money off of those 50 users. It was weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, they had built, and I think they still have close to $1 billion or more $1 billion market cap.
And they only got like 20 users right now, 15. It's great. I don't understand it.
I mean, as you know, the whole space doesn't make a lot of sense still.
Yeah,
so,
me and Ken made a metaverse once. It only lasted a couple hours, and the drugs wore off.
yeah, that's exactly what it's like. So,
who's the big mover in the space right now for metaverse? Like, I haven't been following along too much in crypto. Like, who's kind of the big name for metaverse right now?
Actually, that's a good question. It's been hard to keep up with metaverses and the topic
so I'll give you some alpha. There's a project called Otherverse with a U, and they've had millions of users over 18 years, and they hold many of the most vital patents. In fact, they're suing. Is it Epic Games that owns Fortnite? Fortnite violated their patents, and I'm a shareholder and advisor to Otherverse, but they're going to be a gigantic thing. They are basically.
So it's UTHERVERSE.
Yeah, Otherverse.
And are they blockchain related, or are they strictly gaming?
They've been strictly gaming. They've got into blockchain though, because they realize that to have the world's best metaverse, you have to have Web3.
You have to. You really do. Yeah.
You have to. It's like, it's not an option, you know what I mean? Like, you have to give people ownership of their digital stuff, you know,
yeah.
or else you're Facebook and nobody cares. I mean, Facebook did their thing. They spent billions, and it was a total failure and a disaster. But anyway, Otherverse is going to do an ICO, IDO, IEO, something like that, I think in August. And I really recommend it. I mean, I know the team really well. They've been in this for a long time. They have technology. They're on their 4th generation of metaverses, you know, where everybody else is on their 1st, right? So
yeah, that's good.
Even Facebook's like 1st or 2nd. So they've already solved all these deep problems, and they have the patents to back them up. So Facebook, everybody's violating their patents. So
what are your thoughts on the term metaverse without interoperability? I've been trying to lean towards calling these intraverses, like intranet and AOL disk, kind of without the interoperability, without portals to other quote-unquote metaverses, which are technically intraverses. We don't truly have anything that is metaverse-esque. We just have these websites that are spatial, like Minecraft with links and that you can click on and stuff, but it's not like Call of Duty linked to Fortnite.
That's one of those problems that's so difficult to solve that you just waves your hand and say, don't worry about it. AI is going to solve that in a few years.
Yeah.
Like,
standards, right? AI might come up with the standard
AI
for
is just
that.
going to
You're
solve
right.
all these complex problems that are like that.
That's a very Justin Trudeau answer. Like, don't worry, guys. The budget will balance itself.
No, but it's a perfect kind of thing for AI, because it can take two very diverse worlds and figure out how to make them compatible, right? Because that's like impossible to do, you know. But an AI will do that very easily. That's the kind of thing it can do. And with AI, it's, you know, there's certain things. Well, yeah,
I feel like we just need browsers that are going to be those metaverses. Really, like I feel like a lot of people are building the new version of websites. But those that build the bridge that connect all these websites, the aggregator, that's going to be the metaverse. And that's really a browser. I can go to Facebook, I can go to Twitter, I can go to YouTube, I can go to whatever website. And that will be more like the intraverses, these spatial websites that are being built. but then a browser that connects all of those with interoperability, utilizing a standard protocol that a lot of, maybe there's a blend that takes place and converts all these different things to that standard, and then it's recongested into this experience on the other end that makes it seamless. But I definitely feel like we need to stop using metaverse until we're ready for it. That's where I think Facebook shot themselves in the foot.
So what we're looking at, what we've seen with metaverse so far is not anything like what we're going to see in the next few years. So it's missing the most important element that a metaverse needs to have, which is real-time facial emotion transmission. So so if you don't have that, then you don't really can't really connect with people. And if you do have it, then you feel like you're there, and people are extremely lonely right now. There's an epidemic of loneliness in the world. So this is a problem that once they solve it with metaverse, will make metaverse extremely compelling, because you're going to be able to, like I travel a lot. My daughter's 9, and we can, we play Roblox and stuff together, but you don't have that kind of connection of looking at each other's facial expressions and where you're looking with your eyes. You want to see it when you tell them a bad joke and they roll their eyes, right? Like that's kind of interaction that is emotionally connecting, right?
That would make online poker a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, it's kind of a joke. It's a joke, but it's also true. And
no, for sure. Like, adds another layer of skill into online poker that isn't there right now.
Oh yeah, I feel like that in technology, I feel like that would be called poker face, right? Like if there is a feature that a developer can develop,
it blocks your emotions. Yeah,
they're just gonna call it in the code layer poker face.
So Facebook has actually developed this already, and it works. It's called I forgot the name of it, but it's a type of technology they have, and their latest headset actually does it, but they just don't have the apps, and they don't really quite have the bandwidth. It's not quite there, but in the next 4 or 5 years it will be, and it's actually quite scary in many ways, because there's all these micro things that happens with your eyes that the AIs are going to be able to read and be able to just sort of like possibly hypnotize people or mind control. It'll know what you're thinking, even though it'll be able to pick up on your subconscious thoughts.
Oh yeah, it'll show you an advertisement to something about bacon, and when it shows you the guy cooking the bacon, it's gonna know you're gay before you know you're gay. Like it's your pupils dilated. Again, your pupils dilated. I know you.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's so many.
Joke, like, it's true. Also
yeah,
true.
there's so many tells that your body does when you're whether you're telling the truth or you're thinking creatively or you're thinking about something sad. Which way you look, like your eyes dilating, your nose flaring, your whatever that vein there, the jugular vein pulsing. Eventually someone's going to be able to create a program that identifies your tells and reads them through AI, and it'll be like, oh, you're lying. No. AI
already does this. It's called doom scrolling, and they monetize your emotions on a regular. They know, you're depressed. Here's more depressing shit, so you can't put your fucking phone down and go outside and touch grass.
Exactly. So, and once they have real-time facial expression data, that'll be doom scrolling times 10. The thing is, Facebook knows that this is going to get them in massive trouble. So you probably haven't heard about this yet, but they've already promised that they're not going to store any of that data. They're going to use it only to transmit, but they're not going to store it. They promised, right? But all these companies end up. But what's interesting is they're not promising that they're going to make all of their partners do that. So if you're using on their hardware something from OpenAI or somebody else, they may be storing your data. So this is going to be a giant shit show of scary internet crap.
Well, the internet's already dead.
Like a year, probably.
I feel like you would be an awesome person to pick your brain on that. What is your thoughts on dead internet theory? Have we reached the peak of garbage in, and now we all there's just garbage out that come from this? Have we lived through the best time to be on the internet, and it's just all trash island in the metaverse from here? Like, I've been really getting into dead internet theory and like how many bots are on the internet, the echo chamber of like the garbage, and like, you know how like, you know, Facebook tried to start AI and it went racist, and you know, Google did the same thing and the AI created its own language and they had to shut that shit down. Like, I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on dead internet theory, and how can the metaverse, you know, potentially either save it, or is this like the last straw that broke the internet's back?
Well, I mean, there's a lot to the dead internet theory, right? There's also, you know, the deep fakes, you know, that's real-time deep fakes, you know, so that AI is going to be able to create. It's going to be able to create movies for you in real time based on what it's feeling. You know, if you're getting too scared or you're not scared enough, it'll just create them. It'll see your reactions and it'll keep you endlessly entertained, right? To some extent, we get immune to this kind of stuff, though, because our brain chemistry, you know, if it keeps peaking, eventually you just like walk away and you can't stand it, and people will start rejecting it. One of the interesting things is that blockchain is a savior in many of these cases, because the only way to prevent an ultra intelligent AI from ruling the world with deep fakes is by putting data, basically hashtagging data at the moment it's being created, and then putting that on an immutable blockchain. Because even an ASI, you know, an artificial superintelligence can't reverse a blockchain, right, without taking it over, and then people will know. So basically, blockchain is going to be extremely important in the next few years, and all the governments are going to know it. Now, I'm not saying that means that they're going to, you know, be part of our blockchain world that we kind of all live in, but some types of blockchain, this idea of immutability at source, you know, when you're filming something, taking a picture, it's going to take a hash, you know, every 10 seconds or whatever, to prove that was created by a real person, by you at this time, at this geolocation. So then you'll be able to filter out all the stuff that isn't proven that it's real, right? You're going to be able to block all this.
I think there's a lot of value in that for like people like me who make memes. Like, I actually monetized a lot of memes, and like, just as an example, they get stolen all the time. People re-edit memes constantly. But if we're moving in, I mean, we're already at a point where we're in an attention economy. It's like, who can get people's attention, whether it's a video, a meme, a reel, a story, whatever, a YouTube video. So there isn't really a way to prove that you made the original meme or that original joke or something. So well, blockchain definitely comes in handy.
We're actually doing we have a wallet now where you can just take anything that you make and you just upload it, and it just mints it to the blockchain, anything you want for free, right in Telegram, right in WhatsApp, and we call that proof of existence. It doesn't prove you owned it.
What blockchain? Wait, you said free.
Yeah, are you talking about Divi, or sorry, which one?
Yeah, it's part of DiviGo. It's part of DiviGo. You know, we have this wallet built into WhatsApp and Telegram, and you can just mint anything right now and put it on Polygon, and it's free for those that
as an NFT, or like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it takes a photo.
Can you send me the info in Telegram for the Telegram and WhatsApp Divi Minter? I guess, is it like it's a chat?
Yeah, so for example, suppose you want to sign a document with somebody. You can take a picture or even a short video of yourself signing it with that person, and just like, it's in WhatsApp. You just send it, and then it encrypts it, and it gives you the NFT. So anytime you want, you can prove that event existed at that time, and that
that's crazy.
That. So it basically can replace a notary to some extent, because it creates proof of existence of the document. Now, it doesn't mean that you didn't sign it.
Right. No, I like this. That's really, really convenient. I just think that's exactly like what Sean said, for people that are making memes, or even just for like, there's a lot of times where I'm in a group chat and screenshots matter, but it's hard to tell if it was a real one or if it's been photoshopped, and there's a lot of trolling that happens with that.
Yeah, so they used to say, like, if you want to prove copyright, you just send a letter to yourself with that thing in the envelope, and then if you ever get in a lawsuit, you can open it up in front of the judge and say, look. But the thing is, that could be more easy. In some ways, that could be fake, because you can melt off the glue, put something in. Well, you can't, but blockchain's immutable, so it solves that problem of proving something existed
That's
at a
fucking
particular
great.
time.
I really like that. That's really cool, and the fact that Divi's basically sponsoring that and letting people do it for free. I guess
we have a whole bunch of cool tech like that, but we haven't monetized it, or people don't even know about it. It's just there, because we're focused on comics.
You're just like, can we do that? Hell yeah, we can do that. Should we tell other people? Nah.
I'm sure they'll find out about it eventually.
Yeah.
Well, it is really cool, so I want to try it out, especially with Telegram. I have a pretty cool community of people, and if that's like something I could add to a group chat, or if it's just something like I have to send a DM to directly, like how does the interaction work?
Well, so that's actually a good point. In WhatsApp, you have to go and talk to our bot. In Telegram, though, we can put the bot in your chat, so you can just type /free NFT, and then it'll.
I want it. Let's do it right now. I want to do that right now. That is so cool. I'm hyped.
I think we just take a screenshot of the three of us and make it an NFT like the old days.
Exactly. It's tokenize everything, bro. That's the point. Put these memories on the blockchain because you can't take these things with us. And when people go, looking through basically the ruins of the metaverse, we're gonna be some of the old hieroglyphs on the cave walls that people are gonna find 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years from now.
Hey Ken, you remember a few years ago, Ken? I wanted to do that business of doing like essentially your will and your like will and testament on the blockchain.
This is my daughter. Here, take a look at my daughter.
Hi.
And this is her puppy, Rocky. What's his
kind of dog?
So cute.
Tell them what the puppy's name is. No. Just tell them. Come over here. Tell them. Rocky. Balboa. Wilson. Tobone McCabe has 5 names.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's too many names. That's like the amount of names a bad guy gets in a history book.
Yeah,
if you ever look at history, all the bad guys have like 3, 4, 5 names. They have like the longest names.
It's a long-haired Chihuahua. It's here in Costa Rica. I live in Costa Rica. In case you forgot.
Well, then I guess you're carrying on like the Mexican tradition. They usually have like 5 or 6 names, like Maria, Rosales, Gonzalez. So yours is just all famous.
The last name has the father's name and then the mother's last name. So you take both. So then nice. You have normally 4 names, yeah. So.
What's that guy's name that Antonio? He's like, you killed my father, prepare to die. Doesn't he have like?
Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
My name is Inigo Montoya. Yeah.
I thought there was more to it. For some reason, it just felt like he said. Man.
You killed my father, prepare to die. My name is Inigo Montoya.
That dog looks like, he looks like that would be how he talks, though. That's how I picture his voice. He has that energy.
Like Zorro?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So were we going to talk about comics, NFTs, meme? We haven't talked about meme coins. Can't believe we haven't talked
about meme coins.
Sean, that's his bread and butter, man. Let's dive into it. So wait, can you? My first question, though, and I think this might be able to kick it off in a cool direction, is can you make meme tokens on Divi?
No, we don't have any way. I mean, we could implement that if we wanted to, but there's no reason to do that. There's so many. Well, you want to go where there's a lot of.
Yeah, stick on Solana. It seems like all the action's on Solana right now for meme coins, right?
Yeah, and Base, but a lot of little birdies are saying that there's going to be a lot of meme coin action going to Ton on Telegram. So
yeah, Ton's going to be where it's at. I definitely see that coming.
Yeah.
Ton? What's Ton?
Ton coin that's the Telegram. They have their own chain. Telegram has its own chain, and they got sued by the SEC or something in the U.S. government.
I remember that. Wasn't there a Telegram ICO that didn't end up going to fruition back in the day?
They gave people all their money back, and then they created a separate foundation, and they separated the two. Although it's anybody's guess whether it's really separated or just pretended to be separated. So, you know how things are. in this
Yep.
space.
Sure do. And I like Telegram. I use it a lot, and I think what you're
Yeah.
doing is pretty anarchy-ish. Like, it's very OG energy, so. But yeah, I only
Yeah,
asked because you said you had the NFTs as an option. And where there are NFTs, usually there are, meme tokens, right? So, like, I guess, like, meme tokens are NFTs. They are non-fungible tokens. So where there are non-fungible memes, usually there are fungible memes.
And bros.
But somebody, I think Nick, my Divi partner, yesterday did a tweet saying that there were 450,000 tokens minted, or different tokens created last month. 450,000.
Wow.
And he
So
was mentioning,
essentially, it's a giant bubble again. Just like every bull run, we get a sub bubble kind of. Like we had ICOs in 2017, we had NFTs back in 2020, 2021, and now we're gonna have the meme coin bubble essentially, right?
yeah. The thing is, a lot of people think meme coins and shit coins are the same thing, but they're not the same thing.
They're really not. No.
The way
How
I
would you
differentiate it.
differentiate the two? Like, how would you define a shit coin? What makes
Okay,
it different
so
than a meme coin?
a shit coin is a coin that claims to have a utility.
Mhm.
Because as soon as you have a utility, then everybody starts poking holes in utility, or they start saying, there's this other coin that does 10 times as many transactions per second, and you're on a legacy chain. Nobody's going to. So basically, as soon as you claim a use case, then people start not caring about it because it's just going to have problems. You're basically running a business, right? It opens you up to so much criticism. Now, if you're a meme coin, on the other hand, there's no value other than the brand, and brands are incredibly valuable. I always give the example of the Kardashians. The Kardashians have absolutely no value other than their name and the fact that they're famous, right?
Yeah.
And a meme coin is the same thing. Once enough people know about it, have you ever seen a meme coin gets to here's a good example. A meme coin gets to $1 billion, right? It never falls down again because it just becomes so well known by so many people, and it gets kind of worked into all these algorithmic trading bots and AI algorithms, and it gets onto Binance.
Too big to fail. Too big to fail.
Yeah, it just
kind of like Doge.
Keeps
it's
it going,
just like,
you know?
Yeah, it's like Doge. Like Doge and Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's too much money in it. Like the people that are holding billions or millions or billions, whatever, like they're too invested to let it fail, and they're powerful enough to make sure it doesn't, right? So
yeah,
but
exactly.
How do you pick,
right.
Like how do you pick the right meme coin? Like how does someone even go about it? It's like scratch tickets, for fuck's sake.
Well, so the problem about memes is that I don't think any of them are real. They're all a bunch of insiders that have a really good plan and a whole bunch of money. And they, I'm in a bunch of these groups, right? So I see how they organize.
Yeah, me too.
They come in and it's like,
it is organized crime. That's the fact.
It really is, and it's a reason that the bubble's gonna fucking pop, because that like celebrities are gonna throw their name on it, just like they did NFTs, just like they did ICOs. Then the celebrities are gonna get fucking sued, and everyone's gonna be like, man, meme coins are a scam, and we're gonna hear about it at fucking Thanksgiving next year from our family.
I'm not going to Thanksgiving.
But in the meantime,
I mean that's the way it is, right? It's so people pump up these things and then they let it fall and they get the people out, and a group of insiders are getting all the supply, and then they put it up again, and it's all psychological, right? And then at some point, if they what it really has to do is if the group that is putting it together stays true to their plan. But what happens is, what's called the prisoner's dilemma, where somebody wants to escape and they can take out the liquidity and screw everybody else. And that is usually what happens. So these things need to be formed by people who either are just basically doing it on their own because they're already really wealthy, or a group of people that really trust each other, that really, really have each other's backs.
Have you, if you're comfortable sharing, have you invested in any meme coins? And if so, how did you do on that investment?
I have literally lost money on every single meme coin I've invested in. Like I lose every single time. But I tell people, like, that's the point. Like, You lose, you lose, you lose, you lose, you lose, you lose. Then you hit your 1000x, and you hope it doesn't take a thousand of them to do that.
And then you have to tell your family that you made $100 grand on Jizz Coin or something.
Oh yeah, I've had a couple of times where I've made $100,000, and 3 days later it's back to zero. But I didn't sell because
you must have a lot of control over your emotions, my friend.
Well, yeah, and also I don't care about money that much. You know, I own a world famous yoga center. I make money. You know, to me, it's much more important my sense of honor, my reputation with my friends, with my buddies. Because if people trust you, you get invited to the next one. Eventually, you know, it's all about personal branding, that people can trust you over time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that, man. I got pretty lucky with all that too, because I feel like that's just now being recognized by a lot of these conferences. I used to, you know, started by sneaking into all these conferences, and now I get invited out. I was invited to ETH Denver by the community at the Ethereum, whatever. They gave me tickets and invited me out to ETH Denver. NFT NYC, I got like free VIP for life from Jody and Cameron out there, and even CoinDesk fucking followed me on Twitter and DM'd me and invited me to Consensus recently. So I went to Austin, and now I'm going to Nashville.
Man, I was there and I didn't see you.
Shit. Well, dude, I was running around the booth area. I spent 72 hours nonstop at booths, like trick or treat, 20 minutes. I got a picture at every single booth. Maybe 5 of them all together didn't get a picture with. But every booth there, I met and took pictures with. So that I didn't go to any after parties. I didn't go to any side events.
Animal, dude.
Dude, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm going out to the Mining Disrupt conference. They actually invited me while I was at Consensus. So you're right, man. That, you know, the credibility thing, especially just like being in the space for a long period of time. That's what I try to tell people is like, just get in now if you're not already in. Be present. Be active. You know, stay real, and yeah.
It's all I was watching a really good video a few days ago that was very eye-opening, and the guy was basically saying that we're in a post-merit economy. Like, he really framed it well, because he was saying it's not just that we're in an attention economy, we're actually out of the merit economy, where it used to be that we were going towards that. You know, we had democracy, where this idea that we have freedom. We also had free markets, which are two different things, right? We have open markets, let the best product win. None of that matters anymore. The only thing that matters now is how much attention you can get to yourself and whatever you're trying to sell. And it's not a good place to be, in my opinion. So for society, it's not a good thing.
But is it the corporations' fault that humans are so gullible and easily manipulated? I mean, is it really their fault that we suck? Shouldn't we just be smarter? Yeah. Shouldn't we just be smarter?
As someone who spent the last 15 years doing door-to-door sales, I fully agree with you, Ken.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just the way it is, unfortunately, right now.
It's unfortunate.
I'm hoping younger generations.
They're going to be way smarter than us. Yo, look how much smarter we feel than our grandparents when it comes to, like, you know, just how the internet works. Like, I bet you if my grandmom hopped on Twitter, she would fall for a send 1 ETH, get 2 ETH tweet so fast, bro. Like, she would, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be like the Nigerian Prince email thing all over again. But, like, the generation that's growing up, they're growing up in diapers with iPads, in group chats, in Telegram.
My aunt messaged me asking about the Elon Musk coin and if it was real. She's like, I saw Elon Musk talking in an interview about his new crypto coin. I'm like, I've tried to explain to her what fake AI was. Like, that's not a real.
I mean,
these kids that are growing up, though, they're going to be so much smarter than us that their common sense is going to have it ingrained not to fall for these scams. The same way we don't send 1 ETH and expect 2 back.
We had so many people in Divi fall for different types of phishing. I mean, literally one time, my mom's best friend, who was like 75, she had like $20,000 $40,000 worth of divvy, something like this, and she needed help. And my mom tells her, okay, now go to the help channel, and whatever you do, do not leave that channel, because there may be scammers that are going to be pretending to be the people. And she told her, so she went to the help channel, and within 5 minutes, she was on another channel giving her private keys away to this, and lost all of her divvy, which then got dumped on the market, so it killed, it hurt everybody,
Jesus.
And it's like you can tell people, but education doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just makes
No,
everybody
unfortunately, it's a generational age out. Just like we need a generation to age out that hasn't grown up with the internet. We still have people in charge of governments that were born and raised and grew up before smartphones existed. You know what I'm saying? They went to college, bro. They didn't even have a cell phone in college, and they're running the government. That's fucking insane, bro. Literally insane.
I mean, they're totally illiterate. These people are illiterate. It's just like having people that were illiterate. But on the other hand, I know that many really good business people are not very good at reading, writing, technology, but they're really good with people. They're good with the politics. So if you're good with people, then you can be a good leader.
Well, a saying I say this weekly is, if I ever need a Harvard degree, I'll hire one. I might not be the smartest guy, but I know how to find the smartest.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, going back to AI, I would actually love to have an AI that just protects me from scams. It says, that knows every scam out there, that's constantly updating and is reading and watching what I'm doing. And if it only did that, it would be very helpful and relaxing to know that it's
that bot would literally just be everything you say. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam.
No,
yes, it's a scam. Yeah, it's a scam. That's everything. Philosophically, an AI will be able to tell you everything's a scam and argue like a virgin college grad. You know what I mean? Like, it's like everything's a scam. Yeah. Life's a scam.
Yeah, pretty soon it's
like
it. Telling you, oh, your girlfriend's lying to you. Your kid's lying to you.
AI's gonna make everyone paranoid as shit. I wanted to jump into Lightning Works, bro, and talk a little bit about what you're doing, because I think this is an interesting on-ramp to get people into crypto. I'm trying to put together like a whole kids cartoon thing with Elemental Souls, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what you're doing with the comic books, NFTs, and stuff like that, because it's super cool, man. And it's like, I don't know, I've been around the block like you have, and I haven't seen anybody doing anything like this. It's fairly fucking unique. Congrats.
Yeah, the opportunity is massive, because there's 4 billion users of this stuff, cartoon-based storytelling. We're talking about manga, comics, anime, all this kind of stuff. There's 4 billion participants in this, and there's only 3.5 billion in football and soccer, right? Which many people think of as the biggest industry in the world. Now, the value of the IP of all this cartoon stuff is worth more than all the football teams in the world by a long shot, probably 10 times as much. So that you've got $1 trillion worth of IP, you've got 4 billion users, and collectible manga, comics, all this kind of stuff. It's very hard to do on paper. You've got to print all this stuff. How do you do it there's 200 languages out there. Even Marvel only taps in 20% of the market.
Just the shipping logistics.
You've got to ship it all over. And so everybody loses money in comics.
Yeah.
And blockchain solves this. And so you've got this giant market, huge market cap, solving real problems. And it's just cooler. Like the stuff we're doing, the comics are like animated, they're interactive. You can like click on a character and it can pop up with a t-shirt to buy of that character. There's so many cool things you can do with it. And so it really improves comics, and they're still scarce, even though they're digital thanks to blockchain. So there's this giant opportunity to bring all these people that watch this stuff, that collect this stuff. They're all young, right? They're the same people that would like crypto and that don't like banks. And so the overlap, there's this giant overlap. If you look at a Venn diagram, right, of crypto, blockchain stuff, and manga, comics kind of stuff, it's just gigantic. And so there's this potential to bring in hundreds of millions or even a billion people over the next few years by doing it really well. And so for the last 4 years, I spent $3 million, my own money, without any investors, just building all this, like so much, basically trying to really understand the comics and manga worlds and webtoons, which is the Korean, sort of Korean comics that are done in a completely different way from those two, taking all the best aspects of each of those, taking the best things of NFTs, really analyzing why NFTs failed, and taking the good stuff, you know, and putting all these sort of 4 things together to make Lightning work. And so, meanwhile, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with a team of artists from Marvel, DC, global, you know, this global team of phenomenal artists and people helping me write the stories, creating over 100 different characters with backstories and all this to put together kind of a whole universe. So, because it's only going to work if you can showcase something amazing. And so next week, trying to be next Tuesday, actually in exactly a week, we're going to release finally our very first full-length comic book. It's 45 pages in partnership with the Alien Worlds play to earn game, which is, you know, was the number one play to earn game for like the last 2 years. Although they've now fallen out of the top 10. A bunch of new games have come in, but they've been gigantic for years and very well funded. So they basically funded us to build this project, right? Basically create this story and comics that encapsulate their lore. And I'm actually cosplaying one of the characters from it right now. I don't dress like this all the time. You can see this way, that guy right there. I'm cosplaying one of the characters, and so we have like a team of beautiful.
Gotta get you on the website. I see the cosplay. I'm on the website. I went to the cosplay tab, and I see a lot of these beautiful cosplay actresses. Gotta get you up on the website in the cosplay, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? Now that I'm doing it, I'm like, so I decided to like start going to all the conferences dressed like this. Problem is, like, I literally went to one. I was dressed like this for the whole consensus, and on the last day, I went to something that I wasn't planning to go to. People were like,
how the hell did I not see you?
I don't. Well, I didn't actually go in the conference. I was only at side events. So.
Oh shit! You literally did the opposite of me. I did no side events, man. Miggy did a few, but like
I don't know any. You're the only person I know that went into the conference.
Yeah, I do. Trust me. It was if you weren't paid to be there, you weren't inside. Bro. You're right. No. He's literally calling it out as it was. It was 95% paid to be inside the building. 5% of the people in that building paid to be there. So it was just like I had all these hostages of conversation because there was really like nobody else there that wasn't working. Like everybody was working. It was a farm.
I did that. I did that in New York like 5-6 years ago. We went to Consensus there, and we learned. Somebody told us, no, don't go in. Don't buy a ticket. Just stand in the lobby where it is, and it's like a constant party in the lobby. And we went there. There was probably like 800 people in the lobby and 200 people in the country.
Damn,
man, that must be such a piss off for the guys that organized that event. They're like, fuck.
Well, that's CoinDesk, and I think Bullish.com, I think, is now the new people at the wheel of that event. But it's a B2B, echo chamber thing, and you were right on not being inside. Like, I ain't gonna, nobody should pay $1,200 for general admission. But if you're a business looking for like, businessy things, I don't know, whatever, like if you need to make, content inside of a content farm, that's a pretty good place to farm some content. I'll tell you that much.
It's very true. And Ken, I think we need to admit we were wrong, because I remember us saying many times back in like 2019, 2020, saying that conferences were in a bubble and that, crypto conferences weren't going to continue. And man, I'll first one to admit I was wrong. They're still going strong.
Strong enough that I know a few that got acquired recently. So yeah, man, they're getting bigger and bigger.
I ran into so many people that I like met in Dubai, and so it was really fun, like seeing these people again. And I had just seen them in Dubai like 2 or 3 weeks before, and now I'm connecting, and so now I've seen them twice. I have 2 pictures with them. So I take a picture with everybody, and it's fun to see. It's amazing how many people I take pictures with, and then we share it, and we discover we had a picture from before, and neither one of us remembers.
That's
right?
funny.
So
I
and we're
want
not
to
even
can
high
you
like
walk
you are
us
at these
through
things.
a little bit how Lightning works is utilizing Telegram for the comics? Because I know that
Yeah.
when we talked a little while ago, you walked me through it, and that was pretty badass.
So is there a way? Actually, let me have Sean do it. Can you like share your
Boom.
screen? You want to do
Can
that?
I share my screen?
Yeah, I'm wondering. Like, I can just give you the link right now, and then you can like actually show what it looks
I'm
like.
just on my phone right now, so I don't
Oh,
know
you
how
can't do it.
easily.
Okay. Well, so
Yeah.
then, well, so basically, I can. What we did at Consensus is I have a business card and I have my phone with a QR code, and ask people to scan it, and I said I'll give you a free comic book. They scan this QR code, and I am not exaggerating to tell you that 5 seconds later, they have a blockchain wallet and an NFT of a comic book in it. It happens so fast. Like they just watch and it's like boop, 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 boop.
And
All of a
that's through
sudden, like,
Telegram?
yeah, and it's through Telegram. So basically it goes straight to Telegram. It creates for them a wallet within our system that holds NFTs, and then it mints it, and it's already on OpenSea. It all happens so fast, and so then they get a little, get some information. It comes packaged, so they have to take it out of the package, with a little animation, and then they see what tier they get. There's 5 tiers from common to legendary, and then they can read it or they can generate a unique cover. So each one has a unique cover. The covers all have different characters. They all have different traits. It's the most complicated NFT ever made. Like it just goes on and on and on of all this stuff. All these
that
rare
was one of my
covers
favorite things about NFTs back in the day when like the NBA. What are those NBA ones called again?
Top Shot?
The Hot Shots.
Yeah, exactly. Like
the
opening of the packs, like, and the countdown to even try to get a pack. Like, I remember when I got my first pack, and then even on Wax, they had a ton of like card collectibles that were opening the pack. But it sounds like yours is like 10 times more elaborate than that.
Well, so yeah, it's more elaborate, and what we do, we sell. You can just buy one because we want to be able to. These are number one issues, so we're charging $3, but we're going to be at $1, which is what comics should be now, based on.
And what currency
inflation.
Are you taking for that?
We take Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, Divi, basically anything that we can.
Perfect.
We'll take almost anything, and now we're partnering with Scale. We're talking to Azuki because they have a new anime chain. We're gonna do something with Nero. I met the founder of Nero at Consensus, and we're doing something with Polygon, of course. Cordell.
Dude, I gotta get you hooked up with Asvoria because I just checked it out, and you have on the website you have it linked and hooked up to WhatsApp, so you can continue to chat. I posted that link to the WhatsApp to get the comic experience started on WhatsApp, and I love that.
Yeah, it's better in Telegram. It happens faster, and the experience is better. It's more robust.
Why
Telegram
isn't that
has
on
much
the
better
website
tools.
then? It's only if it's.
I know. Yeah,
we need to
update that to Telegram, and we will for the launch.
Can you DM me the link to Telegram just so we have it again in the for the podcast?
It's just lightningworks.io/free comic, then the number 1, free comic 1.
/Lightningworks comic 1.
lightningworks.io/free comic 1.
Boom. Let's see. Yep, you're right. I got it.
And that has both Telegram and WhatsApp, so you can choose the chat app that you prefer. But Telegram is better for many reasons. But so what's cool about it is that after you get all these traits, then you can forge them. So if you have 2 commons or 2 uncommons, you can forge them together, and it rolls the dice, and you can go up higher and higher in the scale of the tiers. And there's 4 tiers that are above the initial 5 that you can forge to, and you can get them by forging.
Does it change the story, or is it just change the cover?
It does. It changes the cover, but it also can add extra content. So it can do. So it depends on the comic. We're trying different things. So some of them have like some extra pages. They'll have. It just depends on what we're doing. We're trying different things. Mainly, a lot of it's sort of a technology demo. But you mentioned like the packs thing, right? So our idea was, if people are willing to pay $80, like when we first got into doing this NFTs, people were saying, "Oh, we should charge $100. This is what people are willing to pay for an NFT." Well, instead of paying $100, wouldn't they rather get like
Hello?
Oh,
30 of these, and then have the
oh,
fun
we
of
lost you
forging
for,
a
sorry,
whole
we lost you
process.
for the last about
And
15
so we're
seconds there.
finding that people are okay. What was the last thing you heard me say?
You were saying about the packs and people paying $100, and you said, why don't they pay? And then you started cutting out
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
So the idea was, instead of doing it so people pay a high price for an NFT, they can instead spend some money and get a whole bunch of them, and then they can have this sort of gamified process of forging them together, doing all the unwrapping, like you're mentioning. So we're selling packs of comics. They're all the same comic, but they all have different covers. They have different tiers, and you can forge them together. And so we found that when we did our last launch, the average person ended up buying 20 of them for $3. And when you buy, well, they're $2 if you buy 20 at a time, so it's $40. So the actual the actual event is more than just buying one thing. You know, it's actually an hour of kind of like a fun, and people find it really fun and addicting. And occasionally people get something really rare and really special, and people share, the community shares their fun covers. So we took,
Yeah.
you know, I mentioned the sort of four things that we drew inspiration from, you know, comics, manga, webtoons, and NFTs. And then we added on magic cards, you know, the idea of the opening of the packs, right? Where you get, and then you have this sort of play pattern of buying, revealing, searching to see if you got anything special. And the whole process, people are telling us, is really fun. And we keep, every time we do it, we like think of even better ideas. We do more of what's good. So I think ultimately we still have a few more things that we're going to do. One of the things we want to do is sell a story portal, where instead of actually selling whole comic books, you just get a portal, and then we're just going to keep adding pages. So literally, when we have a sketch of the page, we're going to add it to the comic book. So we update the NFT data. So you're going to get a new page, and then it'll give the inks, and then it'll be all this behind the scenes things, and we can get feedback from the community. So all the people that have these portals can get sort of like behind the scenes of watching the comic being developed, you know, and putting in and discussing it and getting sort of early access to the comic as it goes. And I think that'll be a lot of fun for people to watch that.
And are you gonna have? So I have two questions. The first one is, when you're talking about forging comics to get a more rare one, are you burning the original NFTs when that happens?
So it's interesting. Okay. Yeah. So what happens is we take two, and we burn the one with the highest mint number, and the lower mint number gets re-minted. So our smart contract can do this because people like low mint numbers, right? So the idea is that we don't really know. That the fun thing about this is we've created so many ways that the community might decide to make something valuable, because we have the tiers, we have all these fun special covers. Our next set, we're going to do cosplay girl covers. So some of the covers will actually have the cosplay girls as the characters. There's going to be all these kind of different ways, and those will be really rare, you know, so people really want them. But we don't really know. Maybe the community won't care about that, or maybe the tiers won't matter to them as much as we think, you know.
Yeah. But I know something that really made a lot of like the NFT projects take off on Wax was when mining became a thing. Do you guys, do you have any plans on there being like staking, where people can stake their comics to earn? I just know that was like a big thing back when I was in NFTs a few years ago.
Yeah, so we're going to have our own coin. We're going to call it Web3E for Web3 Entertainment, because if we make it a Lightning Works coin, then it's basically a security by nature, because it's representing the company's brand. So we have to make something that's more not for us, but it's for the whole sort of comics ecosystem. And we're building tools so people can launch their own comics, and you know, by doing that, they get certain benefits if they're, and free tools and free stuff if they are staking a certain amount of our tools. I don't plan to add staking to the comics, but we might do it where, like, if you forge your way all the way up to an apocalyptic comic, which is the highest tier 9, then maybe it would start accumulating staking. But we are going to have staking in different things that we're doing. But you have to be very careful to do it in the right way that doesn't make your thing a security, or you're not doing, you know, when you're, even an airdrop of tokens is considered an illegal securities offering, which is a jailable offense in the United States.
Yeah, because I think the wallet address is considered value of transfer, right, or something like that. Like, I know it's like I know it was weird verbiage, but I think it's somehow along the lines of, like, even if I give you my public address to, like, get in for an airdrop, I still gave you something of value, which was the information
Your data.
that is
Yeah.
my That's it's like, who comes up with the words that you use? Like, you hall monitor, professional ass hall monitors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm going to mention something just because you probably haven't heard this yet. It's not in the news yet, but one of my friends from Puerto Rico, one of my billionaire friends, 'cause I lived in Puerto Rico for 2 years, so I got to meet all the, you know, Illuminati of crypto, and one of them was telling me that they put together $100 million fund recently to go after all the politicians, and they're hiring the best of the best people in the business to basically, all they're doing is, so anybody that's anti-crypto, they're just going to do everything they can to take them down. They said they're not going to spend one penny promoting crypto. They're only de-promoting anybody against crypto. Like,
That's some fucking.
they're never going to
like
mention
Batman, rich Batman shit.
He told me this is what they're doing. They're finding all the people that don't like crypto. They're finding out who their competitors, and they're finding all their weak points, and then they're just going to run shit ads against them. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
hilarious.
they're just going to harass these people. And they told me they told Nancy Pelosi and these people, and they're already like in a fervor and stuff like this, trying to figure out what to do about it, because it's mostly Democrats. It's not only Democrats, but it's more Democrats. And so they told me that they've now started, all of a sudden, Nancy Pelosi and one of the other top Democrats have started softening their language, and they're kind of moving away from this anti-crypto stance. Because
we just need enough money.
They're prepared to put in a lot more.
We can bully a whole bunch of politicians.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a few people that are very vocal, right? And so they're just basically going after these people. I thought it was a really good idea, and these people, they're just pro crypto. They're not political.
I think we need to make a fund to hunt down John McAfee. I think he's still alive out there.
Oh man, I miss that guy.
I think so.
Right.
I like to live in a world where I believe he's still out there somewhere.
Dude, I 100% live in that world, bro.
Do you guys know that a bunch of some of the Divi team went to McAfee's house and like filmed a video with him and made a whole music video with him?
No way.
Yeah, dude, that is right. Oh my God, those were the good old days, bro.
Yeah,
man.
Yep, I remember that shit. Yeah, I seen it.
It's really funny, and they've got McAfee wearing a Divi shirt and everything. But they couldn't get. They did all of that, but they couldn't get him to give us one tweet. He still wanted $100,000, whatever he was charging.
Oh, he knows his value. He's not doing nothing.
I was gonna say.
I don't know. I just can't think that way. I
know. I'm the same way. I'm too giving.
Y'all should have asked Janice to give you a tweet and ask him to retweet it for you. And
You think Janice knows if he's still alive, or do you think he just made a clean break?
That's fucked up, dude. That's my mom. Of course she knows, but she has to play dumb,
Well, so I actually have to go because it's 9:07 here, and my daughter's 9, and she needs to go to bed.
Okay, all right, yeah, no, I totally get it, man. I'm just still checking out the Lightning Works website, all this stuff on here. Checking out both the WhatsApp and the Telegram minting channels that are all like, dude, these are so much fun to play around with. I guess to kind of wrap things up, is there anything that you wanted to let us know, like announcement-wise, or something that we should keep our eyes out on?
So the main thing is to know is that this is the first like full-length real NFT comic that's ever been made, as far as I know. The other NFT comics that have been made have not been like sort of as decentralized as this. They've been more like just a PDF.
Yeah.
Ours are really, they're encrypted with a private key of the NFT itself, and everything is designed to go into IPFS and all this kind of stuff. So, and this is going to be a gigantic industry someday. I mean, this solves so many problems for the printing, collectibles, printed stuff industry. So we're only charging $3. So why not take a little risk? Buy one, buy 20, whatever you want. It's really fun. So just anybody listening, please just go and support us. And we're going to have an ambassador program. So if you bring 3 more people, you get an extra one for free. If you get 3 people to buy one, you get one for free. And you're also going to get, I think, 25% of the sales or whatever they paid. And that lasts forever. Like we bring those people, if they buy anything in the future, you're going to get paid, right? So we have a whole ambassador program built in. So we really want to have all our friends in the Web3 space help build this. It'll really bring back, and we have a lot of technology that's really going to help NFTs come back, because we have things that sort of gamified techniques that once people understand them, they're going to see that they're really good, and NFTs should have had them all along, like this forging thing, right? And there's a lot of things that we're doing. It really makes sense to do something where you sell a lot of something instead of you just have more users. You're building you can't build a brand if you're charging too much. You just don't have enough users. And any real brand needs, by its nature, to have a lot of users. Now, people look at a few things like Bored Apes or Azuki as sort of something they inspire to be, but that's not really realistic. If you want a realistic strategy for developing a small brand that can give you a decent living, so you can do art or build a company, then you need to think of a way that you're going to have a lot of people. And so charging $1, charging $3, but doing a lot of volume, giving something that people actually enjoy makes a lot of sense. And nobody's doing that in the NFT world. And so I think that that's one of the things that we're really bringing to this space. Once people see how this works, and there's many ways to do that. You can do it with cards. You can do it with just by charging less, but having a reason for people to buy lots of them, so you can play with them and do something with them together. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. And we're just doing one with the comics, and we have another thing that we're doing that we call gum, that we'll be adding in at some point. Remember when you used to buy packs of cards that always had a stick of gum? So we're gonna have gum NFTs, all 30 different flavors and all kinds of stuff. All kinds.
You know
of
what?
cool
In 20
gamification.
years, I'm sure there's still people that are gonna want to know what that tastes like. like old meta gum. All right, bro. Thank you so much for your time, man. Everybody definitely should go check out lightningworks.io. That's lightningworks.io. And you can switch on over, you hit it with a slash, and just type in free comic 1, and that will take you over to where you can get your free comic, lightningworks.io/free comic 1, and you can hop on the Telegram or the WhatsApp and just get like a hands-on experience, see what this looks like to mint an NFT with a chat app. And I think it's pretty badass. This is like what Coinbase is trying to talk about when they're saying like on-ramping 1 billion users. You know how many people use WhatsApp and Telegram and now they can mint the free NFT? This is fucking awesome. Yeah. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the show. I love this, and I'm really excited to see what happens for the rest of the year for you and the project. Definitely keep us in touch, and maybe schedule another podcast just in advance, because we do book
what
up.
What we should do is an unboxing where I'll give you 10 of these comics, and then we can actually see your screen as you're basically opening them up. We can talk about it. You can ask me questions. I can tell you about the covers, the trades, explain it. And I've done this before a few times, and it's really fun. And you'll see, it's really you'll enjoy it.
Dude,
and people will really get the feel.
100%. Yes, sign me up, bro. Yeah, that sounds fucking awesome.
Let's do it in a week or two, because we're launching in a week. So then maybe the next week sometime we'll do it.
Okay, it'll have to be a weekend if that's okay, like a weekend or whatever. Cool.
I work 7 days a week.
Yeah, awesome. All right, and big ups to Shawnee Bear, my special guest co-host. Thank you so much for helping me while Miggy took the day off.
Yeah, Sean, you're awesome.
Yeah, great meeting you, man.
You made me laugh quite a few times, and I always say I need to hang around with people that make me laugh more. So let's stay in touch.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
it was
man,
good.
I'm so happy.
From you, man. Thank you.
This was awesome.
Bye,
and
guys.
again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Hit the share and have a day. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. It's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. you know. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.